Hello, I'm Reverend Mike. Welcome to Missing the Point. In this video series, I attempt to correct common misconceptions found in religion. Sometimes these misconceptions completely miss the point of what the scriptures are supposed to relay to us. Sometimes they're just simple translation errors, and people get so focused on these errors that they kind of get distracted from the actual stories in the Bible. A recent video, Are Unicorns and Other Mythical Creatures Really in the Bible?, was a fairly short video. I only covered 3 creatures in it, the 3 I felt were the most common, because I didn't really think the subject would generate that much interest. But I was wrong. I almost immediately got a question about other creatures found in the Bible. So here we are for part 2. The questioner wanted to know about the phoenix firebird, the satyr, devils, and the cockatrice. Some people may not realize that these creatures are mentioned in the scriptures. We'll start with the phoenix. All references to the phoenix, Acts 11:19, 15:3, 21:2, and 27:12, are references to Phoenicia, a coastal region of northern Palestine. Phoenicia is translated into English as Phoenix. It is a place that was named after the mythological creature, just like the modern American city of Phoenix, Arizona. There is no reference in the Bible that refers to the actual creature being interacted with, just a place named after it. There is no indication in the scriptures whether or not the phoenix firebird was ever a real creature. So there really isn't any mention of a mythological creature called the phoenix observed directly in the Bible. And naming a place after it, naming a city after it, is not proof that the creature actually exists. How about the satyr? There are many uses of the word goat and kid of goats that some believe are references to the mythological satyr, the half-human, half-goat creature from Greek mythology. The references to goat in Genesis 37:31, Leviticus 4:23-24, and 9:15 are all translated correctly. They really are just goats. They're not some hidden reference to the mythological creature known as the satyr. The word hairy in Genesis 27 is also believed by some to refer to the satyr. But this is not a reference to a mythological creature. It is a reference to Esau, brother of Jacob, who happened to be a fairly hairy individual. Esau was a human, just like his brother Jacob, not a satyr. The word satyr is actually mentioned in Isaiah 13:21 and 34:14. The word here is Satyr. It means hairy, a devil, or a male goat. This word is best translated as male goat, since both passages are about wild animals. It is the same word translated as goat in many parts of Leviticus when describing sin offerings. It is not talking about the mythological satyr. What about devils? Leviticus 17:7. In the Old Testament, the word devil is often mistranslated. It can mean goat, but the same word can also mean demon. There are too many instances of these words to mention specifically and individually in this video, but they are fairly easy to spot. You just have to read the entire passage to determine which it is. In some places in the Old Testament, there are indeed references to devils in the classical sense, but sometimes they're just talking about goats. In the New Testament, however, references to devils are always talking about demons. References in the New Testament to devils are always translated correctly. Traditionally, when a devil or demon is actually mentioned in the Bible, it is referring to a negative creature, typically incorporeal, that has never been a living being. Lastly, we have the Cockatrice. This legendary creature is also known in some myths as a basilisk. These serpents were often described as having bird-like features, like the head of a rooster. It is said that these creatures could destroy life just by looking at it. Later legends often replaced this destruction of life with the ability to petrify a target that dared match their gaze. The cockatrice is mentioned by name in Isaiah 11:8, Isaiah 59:5, and Jeremiah 8:17. But in Isaiah 14 verse 29, it has the most dramatic mention of the cockatrice. Out of the serpent's root shall come forth a cockatrice, and his fruit shall be a fiery serpent. The word in Hebrew is always tsefa, meaning to extrude, like the flicking of a tongue or hissing. It should always be translated as adder or viper. The term fiery serpent is likely a reference to the burning, venomous bite that a snake can inflict. There's nothing mythical here, just poisonous snakes. The time period that gave us the first English translation of the Bible was a superstitious time, and I believe the translators often went with the most fantastical definitions of many of the words. But today, when actually reading the passage in context, it becomes clear that the more mundane translation is far more accurate, at least except where demons are described. I don't believe the translators intentionally meant to mislead people. They believed in a very magical world filled with supernatural creatures, and I believe they honestly thought that these references to these creatures should be translated to the most dramatic and mystical version, when in fact the most mundane definition for these words was actually more appropriate. Well, thank you for watching this video. Please click like or dislike, subscribe if you want to see more. Feel free to comment or ask a question below. Your questions might even become the subject of future videos. Be good to each other. We are all in this together.